Recording. Action. Welcome, Breakpoint Universe. I'm Bateman with Rotab Gaming, and I'm fortunate to be here with quite possibly one of, if not the best PS4 content creators on YouTube and beyond, Day Zero Gaming. What's up, Day?
What's up, guys? Day Zero here.
So this is the first of what we hope to be a regular show about what's happening in the world of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Today we're going to cover a number of topics like the Terminator event, the title update, OP glitches, and their effect on the future of the game. We're also going to look ahead to what you guys can start looking forward to. So let's get going. The Terminator event is coming to a close. So the first thing I want to ask you today, how do you feel the event went? And do you feel like it was a much needed breath of fresh air for the game?
I feel like it brought a lot of the community back to the game. I feel like a lot of people were starting to get bored of just raiding all the time. Um, Obviously, for that first half of the event, there were basically no known glitches in the game, so it was actually really fun because no one was running around with DMRs killing the Terminators in your lobbies and stuff. No silver stakes. Um, I felt like it was a little bit too easy, in my opinion. But then again, people that can only play 1 to 2 hours a day, or they can only play weekends and stuff like that, they were still able to get everything. So that's also a plus. Um, they added some new cosmetics to the game. A lot of new cosmetics, actually. Some new weapons. The grenade launcher, so it's a new type of weapon. They added in a lot. So I actually feel like the Terminator event was a pretty big plus for the game. They even added those figures, like the biker T800 figure,
Yeah.
the damaged biker, the T800 skins, the T800 punk, the damaged T800, all that type of stuff. So I feel like it was a pretty good plus for the game. They even added two bundles, the Kyle Reese bundle. They added some new vehicles, the Resistance car, as well as the Terminator bike. So you already know that's pretty cool.
I was a little disappointed in the Terminator bike. It just seemed to be a regular bike, just red. But
Yeah, but the Kyle Reese uh, car was really cool. That one, I
badass,
can see
absolutely.
myself. And then there was the one you get from the last tier of the battle rewards, the truck with the gun on the back. That one was really awesome too.
Yeah, that was a nice little addition there. I'm glad you brought up the grenade launcher because I wanted to ask you if you thought them adding a whole new class of weapon just for that grenade launcher was worth it. If it's not even that much better than having a grenade launcher on the bottom of your assault rifle. In fact, it's probably worse because you can't shoot your assault rifle while you have it out.
So here's the thing with the new grenade launcher. It adds in a new way to play. Um, so you can kind of spam like 6 or 7 grenades, like way faster than the underbarrel one would be able to, as well
Okay,
as
that's
you can
fair.
hold a lot more rounds for it.
Okay, that's fair. I can agree with that.
Other than that, I feel like that was a plus because it shows they're willing to add that type of thing in. So for now, it's a grenade launcher, but in the future, it might be, a rocket launcher or something. I know they have one in game, but an
But
actual
another
rocket
different
launcher.
weapon
Yeah,
type. Could be a
yeah,
freaking chainsaw for all we know, but at least it would be something new.
exactly. So they're willing to add new stuff to please the please the community. So I like that.
That's
It's really
that's
cool.
important. Yeah, right before the Terminator event, I was looking on Twitter and I saw that a lot of divisiveness in the community. A lot of people that weren't too excited about it were the people who have been playing. Have been people like us who have hundreds of hours logged. A lot of the excitement I saw coming from people who maybe deleted it at first after it got all the bad reviews and they beat the story, and then they were re-downloading it just for the Terminator event. That's where the excitement came from. So I'm really happy that they did a good job with the Terminator event, and I'm hoping that it'll keep those people hanging on.
Yeah, because now
Um,
those people have played the game, they're back to playing it. Maybe they heard about the raid while they were playing and they're like, oh, there's a raid in this game? Okay, I'll try to do that. The most difficult thing would be keeping those players in the game, actually playing. A big part of that is our Discord, right? So we have a Discord full of like 1,000 people that basically match up and raid. I'll leave that down in the description and in the um,
there
comments
will
as
be links
well.
on both of our channels.
Yeah, so basically what we do is we make sure everyone has a group to play with, because that's a big problem is finding groups in this game that have mics. If you don't have a mic, players that are okay with you not having a mic, stuff like that. So you know it's a really good place to make personal
Doesn't matter your
connections with people.
console, PC. It's the best LFG for Ghost Recon Breakpoint out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Better than even the official one, to be honest. Way better than the official one.
So, so to move on to the title update, which actually came about before the Terminator event. Um, Give me your version of the good, the bad, and the ugly for the title update.
The title update. So at first we thought they had patched the DMR glitch, patched everything, and it would be a happy. Obviously, since then we found new methods to use those types of glitches, which is unfortunate. But hey, at least it gave us a little bit of time, to play it legit.
2 days, I
Um,
think.
Other than that, like the new vests and stuff, like the ammo pouches showing, not showing, that type of stuff. It seems like the milsim players and people like that like it a lot better. People like me that don't really care for it. I mean, it kind of makes it look a little bit uglier on the chest piece in some cases, so it's kind of like eh. But
I agree. And they did say, in fairness, in the patch notes that they were still working on the vest thing.
and they're still working on it, so there's
Obviously,
a
the cross-draw vest is just blank right now. I think they're. I'm hoping that they're trying to get it so that your pistol will be in the vest instead of on a leg holster. But
that would be really cool. So other stuff that happened with the patch.
what's the good stuff? What's your favorite stuff about it?
My favorite thing would probably, I don't know, man. There's just name a few, I guess. You go ahead
I
and name a few.
mean, it's anything from the buffs and nerfs in the raid
Oh,
to
well, I don't have any
anything in the
good thing to
patch
say about
notes.
that.
Nobody does. But if anybody's wondering, I did just you can read the patch notes online, and I posted a video of a lot of the stuff that's not in the patch notes. They changed up the setting menu. They did add the new building page in the store. That's one of them.
Yeah, I like
I
how
like
less,
that a
I
lot.
like the clutterness that was kind of like taken out. Because that was a big
Missing.
issue, was the amount of clutter.
Yeah. Trying to find the gun that you wanted to buy in no particular order was a bit ridiculous. Um, the the ammo drops becoming, from the enemies becoming drops of anything, so ammo's a little harder to come by now. Um, Probably one of my least favorite things, but
My
I
least
understand why they
favorite's the
did it.
LMG nerf, but and the sync shot
Well,
drone.
I was just gonna say the sync
Yeah,
shot
go ahead.
drones.
Yeah.
I understand why they did it, and in my video, I say it's fair, but I mean, an easy snipe in this game is probably closer to 250 or 300. So if they went to like 300 meters, I probably would have felt a little bit better about it. But 200 meters is just like, I mean, I may as well just shoot him myself at that point. So I think I'm hoping that it's not them working more towards throwing AI teammates at us without having a choice. But we'll see what happens there.
We'll see.
I have no idea. So you already said your least favorite thing. That would be the ugly. What about? Are there any changes you just feel like shouldn't have been made, or
The
maybe should
LMG
have
nerf
been
should not
made?
have been made, bro. And then they also
I
they
agree.
didn't announce it on the thing, but they actually made the on Cerberus they made it to where the turret boss hits a lot harder. And then they've also made it to where the if you walk close to a drone you aggro it, the aggro range was increased. So even if you're
Yeah,
like halfway across the
I
map,
think
you
they
can
did
still
announce
pull one
that
of
in the
these
patch
bots.
notes. To be fair.
You can pull this boss from across the map, and it's ridiculous, bro. Because
Yeah, we had it happen the other day.
yeah, it's so basically anything they touched in the raid other than nerf the bosses was a fuck you. Other
I don't
than
think they had to do anything with the raid, especially since they have
they
announced
did nerf
that they
some
have
of the
two other difficulties coming
NPCs in
out.
the raid. A couple of the NPCs in the raid were nerfed, like their health was nerfed. So
Yeah,
now
but
they're
their
not taking
damage
their damage was
is.
increased, but their health was nerfed. So I feel like that's actually a good change. Um,
I feel like it evens out in the end. You know,
yeah, it
if you
evened
kept it the
out, but
same.
it's I feel like that was good because I was starting to hate the amount of um, random just random enemies having like 20 bullets and still alive. I'm like, come on, man.
You know, I just had a thought about the LMG nerf. I'm wondering if they did that because of the engineer class coming up
They probably
and the bonuses
might
that he's
have.
gonna have.
Oh, that's
I
true.
think I just thought about that. That might be a big reason why. I don't know
Hmm.
why it just popped into my head now. But pat on the back for Bateman. Okay, so do you think the title update was worth waiting an extra 2 months for whatever they added to it instead of getting an update then and an update now?
Yes, I do think so. Um,
See, you would be in the minority of people I've talked to there, but go ahead.
yeah, I'm in the minority. So here's my reasoning, just so I don't sound stupid. Um, so I feel like if they would have released this 2 months ago, a month ago, I feel like the reason they pushed it back was due to it not being functional. So if they would have released it then, it would not have been the quality it was when we received it. And even now there was some glitches with it. Like I had on the second Terminator mission, I loaded into the mission, did about half of it, and then when I got to the second half, it got to the point to where I couldn't uh I couldn't
No
see
windows or
walls, I
floors.
couldn't see floors, couldn't see
I had the
anything.
same
So,
issue.
so, and then I had to kill myself, and then it showed. But imagine if the whole event was like that, no
Oh
walls.
dear God.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think them pushing it back was a good thing, and I'm really excited
Oh,
about
you're worried
them
about sounding
holding it
like an
off.
idiot. I was in the party with you. It was happening to us at the same time, and I was like, "Oh, maybe that's why the floor plan is in our intel." I thought it was supposed to be happening.
Yeah, I saw that,
Kept
and I'm
hitting me
like,
dust, and it
I was in a
disappointed me.
group though, so the other players in my group were like, "That's
Right.
not happening." I'm like,
At
"Oh
least you have
fuck."
people to follow. I made it across the room the first time, but I didn't make it out. That's for sure. So, I do want to cover the DMR glitches and the Silver State glitch. So they fixed the first DMR glitch, and then someone came up with this second one probably what around Wednesday or Thursday maybe.
Evie, yeah.
People figured that out, and then
Yeah, Evie figured it out.
so we sent. I know you did, and I did as well. Sent videos into Ubisoft, and I know you also sent in Silver State glitch videos into Ubisoft. Just want to let everyone know what their take on it was, what they
Ubisoft
responded.
said the Silver Stake isn't an exploit just due to the fact of how random it is. It can occur pretty much at any time, so you will not be banned for using the Silver Stake. Um, that being said, there is some issues with the Silver Stake. Obviously, uh, I've
Well, it can be
posted
glitched
glitched
out
videos.
regularly,
Yeah,
correct?
I've posted videos about that where it can do upwards of 300, 400 damage. Obviously, it's a bug. It is a glitch, but it's not one you can purposely do. I mean, I can purposely have it
It
happen,
doesn't work every time.
but it doesn't work every time, and it can happen to random players. So if you're using that glitch, you won't be banned. The DMR exploit is an exploit, and that is different.
But don't go trying to use it in PvP just because. Don't
You
be that
can
guy.
be banned for using the DMR exploit. They will ban you. They have banned you
Have
for
they banned
using
anyone in PvE that you know of?
not the
I
raid, but
believe it's just PvP, correct?
Right. So far it's been PvP, but if you joined a random in in the raid and used it and he didn't like it and reported you, you have a possibility of being banned. If you do it with a group of friends and no one reports you, then you're probably fine. It's joining these random groups and just glitching and then them reporting you that will get you in trouble. So watch out for
So
that.
yeah, I sent I sent the new DMR glitch video to Ubi, and they responded. At first, they said, "Well, we already fixed that with the patch update," and then I'm like, "Okay, well, this is today. I believe it was the 31st that I took the video." And they said they would send it on to the developers, and I've kept an eye on the video. It's private URL. I only sent it to Ubi, and there has been 5 views on it, so they've obviously watched it. I mean, whether they get right on it and fix it right away, or wait until February when they're doing whatever else, that's we're gonna have to wait and see. So, like you said, the raid got some changes that made it a little bit tougher. And I know I struggled this week. You had some runs with me where we struggled. Not that it was your fault. But I saw a lot of other people struggling too. Do you think it was more because of rust from the DMR, or just people not doing the raid runs correctly and getting the mechanics
I
down
feel
enough?
like it was both of those, but I also think there was a third thing that messed with that we've already talked about on here, and that is the fact that there were nerfs and buffs to the raid, and most people didn't know those were even
Right, but I
added
feel like
in.
if everybody knew the mechanics and the DMRs weren't around right now, that it wouldn't have had that big of an effect. If you like,
Yeah, it would
say
have been a
if
little
you're
bit.
talking about a Destiny raid, when a raid's out for this long by now, you usually have a whole community of people that everybody knows how to do the raid. You still have failures and you still have successes, but it's more about the gelling of the group than it is making sure everybody knows what they're doing in the raid. And
Right.
I feel like we really lost out on that with the DMR glitch.
I agree with that.
So, um, all right, let's talk about the future. Um,
The future.
do you expect Ubisoft to start keeping up with the timeline they have now, or should we stay a little skeptical with them until they prove their commitment to the timeline?
I'd say it'll be within a month or two of the timeline. It won't be too much further than that. I think they're sticking mostly to it.
I could see the quote unquote immersive content in February coming out because that's going to be the engineer class probably, and what two PvP maps, maybe a couple other things, probably some new
The new
clothing and whatnot.
class,
Yeah, the
PvP
engineer class.
maps, some new clothing, some new Ghost War challenges. Um, we're gonna see the new faction rewards, the
See,
third
now I was
season of
told
that.
that the faction rewards weren't coming out until the DLC came out. Have you
Uh,
seen something that
it's
confirms that it's
coming
going to
in
be?
February, most likely.
See, that's great news. That's great news.
They
Learn
were,
something new every day.
and then we're also gonna be granted the Walker and the Hill skins, most likely with that February update as well.
Yeah, I was told that they already fixed the hill skin. I don't know about the walker, but
We're still
uh,
working on Walker just due to the fact of it's still crashing people's games.
yeah, well, so is everything else
I
at this
agree.
point. Um, so do you think how serious do you feel like they're being about improving the game versus just fixing the problems and maintaining their status quo game plan?
I think they're doing
Because
pretty
that
well.
already obviously isn't working.
I think they're doing pretty well with fixing their game, and then adding new
Yes,
content.
but how serious do you think they are about changing things? Like,
They're pretty
I
serious. I
know,
mean, they're
I
changing the
know they want.
vests. They're changing a
You
lot
say
of
that.
stuff in the game.
I'm
It just
talking
takes
about.
time.
I mean, yeah, they're changing some vests,
They
but
improved the AI as well. in this update. They didn't
They
have to
talked
do that.
about bringing back AI teammates. Like those are big changes. Like you would have to change part of the storyline to bring back AI teammates. I feel like, or at least write something in.
No,
And
they could just use Fury, Vastly, the ghosts.
they could, but don't you
They're
think they would have to give us some kind of story reason to feel like they're there with you instead of just making them show up one day?
uh
Wouldn't you feel a little bit disappointed if they just showed up with you?
I'd just be glad that they're there. But other than that, maybe when you
Or you're one of those people that actually wants them. Jeez.
no, I don't want the AI teammates. I just turn them off. But I'm just saying that if they added them in, maybe change the beginning sequence or whatever. When you get to Erewhon, you see your AI teammates, and there's some new dialogue there. They'd have to add in a lot of dialogue within the game with the teammates and
Sure.
having them interact in cutscenes, stuff like that. I feel like if it was
Yeah,
just you and all the cutscenes still, it would kind of
I
be
feel
like, what
like
the
the whole
fuck?
story would be a little weird if you went through the main story again for the
It'd
first
be
time.
it should be a lot different. There should be a lot
But
of
that's what I
interaction
mean.
with it.
I'm wondering how committed they are to making those big changes and writing in that uh, new
I think
stuff
they're
that
pretty
they would
committed
need
on
to
it.
write.
I think they'll do it.
Seems like they are. They obviously haven't finished adding. They wanted to be done implementing the changes from the survey by now. Obviously, they did a little bit already, and waiting 2 months for the update felt longer for those of us who are playing every day. But it's just some days it can feel like they're just not doing anything, and then you
I
get a
think
week
that's
like
just due
last
to the
week
fact that
where
they
you get
don't.
all those changes.
I feel like they need to split it up into smaller updates when they're doing patch changes like
Agreed.
that. Like kind of like they did when the game first came out.
You don't need a 13 gigabyte patch.
Exactly. Like every week they were sitting there doing downtime for 15 to 30 minutes fixing
Right.
bugs. They need to do that like
That's
just
something
every
they haven't
week.
done in a while. Is server downtime.
Yeah, they need to do
Except the
downtime.
Wildlands server is down for 4 hours. What 2 days before the title update came out?
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. They need to do a 15 to 30 minute bug update every week. Just patch
I agree,
that's enough time to patch the Gmar glitch.
and
And
I'd
then
be
the
willing to
next
wait.
next week they
Absolutely.
can patch the Silver State glitch. The next week they can fix the AI. The next week, just focus on small
And
issues
just little
and fix them.
problems one by one. Instead
Yep.
of making everybody wait 2 months and then losing all those players, you're at least like fixing something for one group of players where this was their biggest issue. Or so. Um, so basically, 2 months from now, we're going to be looking at having 5 different classes, and we're going to have a whole extension to the story mode by then. You excited for that?
Yeah, I'm really excited for all that.
For Deep State, I
Deep
believe is
State.
the first DLC.
Yep. I feel like
I'm
Deep
hoping
State.
for a lot of new outfit options with that.
Yeah, for sure. Deep State, I feel like will really help the game. The only problem with it is it's season pass exclusive, so the first hour of it will be I mean, it'll be for everybody, but it'll be 5 hours worth of content. So the next 4 hours worth of content, you can only play A if you have the season pass, or B if you're playing with somebody who has the season pass.
Right.
So
Now,
that's where
is
the
that the early
Discord comes
access,
in.
or is that
That's total. That's total.
okay? Because I know with the engineer class, they still, I don't know if they're still going to honor it, but they have the 3 days early access or a week early access or something for an engineer class. Um, if you bought a certain versions of the game or above, I don't know if that went with the DLCs as well. I don't think it did, but it definitely went with the 3 classes that they have planned, and they have officially announced 2 other classes guaranteed after the engineer class. I did see that the other day.
Yeah,
So,
that's really awesome. So I don't
all
know.
right.
I
So,
feel like there's
any
a
other
lot
thoughts to
there.
add?
Um, just in general.
Just in general about the game.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the player base has come back and it feels alive again. It was starting to feel dead. I was starting to have doubts about it. Um, so my message to Ubisoft would be just be more transparent. Just let us know what's going on. If it's giving you problems, just let us know. Like, let us know which glitches you're fixing. Let us
Yeah.
know which glitches you know
The
about.
hell
Let
with
us.
Delta Company. Let everybody know what's going on.
And that's what I'm saying. And don't restrict Delta Company
Because
people
whoever
from
your
talking to
Delta
the
Company
community.
people are, they're not letting us know. And that was the whole point of Delta Company, was it not?
That's what it looked like, bro. So that's my point. And then Delta Company seems kind of redundant anyways, because someone with 300 subscribers will be in Delta Company, but then people like me who and all day any day, the top
Oh
two
man, you
creators on
guys.
PlayStation for YouTube are out of the
You guys
mix.
combined at like 15,000 subscribers.
I know, and it's like, really, Ubisoft? I mean, some dude on Twitter can be that has like 400 Twitter followers can be in
Yeah.
Delta Company, and then
And they
I
added a
run
bunch
I
of
run a
people over the
1,000 member
holidays.
Discord, a 3,000 member Facebook, a 2K YouTube, and then all day any day has a
I just think
11.2K
that's
YouTube,
it's
and
just
it's
a
like,
bad idea. Just post something on your site. They have the forums. Pay
you know what I
attention to the
mean? It's kind of
forums.
just like to
Take
hell
everyone's
with
insight.
to hell with the inner circle. You guys need to let
Right.
everybody
Like
know because your player base is what gives you money. Player base is who's playing the game, and your player base is who knows the most about your game. Let
and
us
I would
know,
put
hey, which glitches are in the game. I'll make a video on them. I've sent you guys videos. I've sent you
I would
videos
put
on
money on you
all of
being
it.
in touch with a higher percent of the community than most of the Delta Company.
For
And you
sure.
knowing what you having your finger on the pulse, knowing
Not
what
to hate
people
on
want.
Delta Company. I have a couple of them in
No,
the Discord. It's
I
Fox Zero
I don't have any
Tactical.
problems with the people.
Like who do we have in the Discord? It's
There's
Diala, it's Fox Zero Tactical, Carbon Meister, um a
there's
couple
actually a
of them,
decent
bro.
number of them.
Yeah, we got
I think
five or six
there's
of them in there.
absolutely. So
Basie.
I mean, it'd be apparently they do pay attention to people who aren't in Delta Company too, because they did message me back, and like I said, they watched my video 5 times so far in 3 days.
Oh, I
So
I sent them the DMR glitch and it was a unlisted video, right?
yeah, that's the same thing I
382
did.
views on it.
Oh wow, so they really passed it around then.
Yeah, they really passed it around. And then I
That
had
makes me feel a lot worse about my video.
and then I had no, but it seems like they passed it around a little bit too much because people who either that or they accidentally sent it to the wrong person or something somewhere because eventually I got a comment on my video and it was like someone who wasn't even from Ubisoft. So like somewhere they mishandled something and it got to somebody
Someone
that's
said, "Hey, check this out."
no,
Sent it to their
yeah,
buddy.
yeah. So I ended up getting a
So,
comment or two on there. So then I ended up releasing that video publicly because if it's in the
no,
hands
why
of a
not?
few, then I'm not gonna let 5 people
What are
watch
they
it
gonna
and
do?
then.
Punish you for releasing it? It's the word's gonna get around anyway.
Well,
I
here's the
mean, the
thing.
sooner you release it, the sooner they could fix it. The way I see it,
That's not how I see it, right? So how I see it is keep it secret. I don't want it getting in the hands, but once it gets into someone else's hands,
make that video. Don't
no,
lose
no, no, no,
subs.
no. Listen to me,
Sorry.
bro, just for a minute. So Evie found out the DMR glitch, right? The new one. She showed me and a handful of other very secret people how to do it. We sent it to Ubisoft in unlisted videos. Some fucking kid got a hold of one of our videos, watched it, and then went and posted it to YouTube. Guess how many views he has now?
How many?
7,000.
Oh, jeez.
So then
Well, you
that
said the
hurts
most
my
popular
channel.
search terms on YouTube for Breakpoint are DMR and Silverstake, are they not?
DMR, Silverstake, Carbon, and the 17th most searched term is Day Zero Gaming
Attaboy.
for Breakpoint. So actually, yeah, it's kind of an issue when this kid and he actually used me as one of his tags.
Oh
Uh,
man.
so that's the problem is when kids like that go and post it, it hurts the community.
All right.
But people like me
Spreads
sitting there
bad word.
helping
It's gonna spread
Ubisoft
bad word of mouth.
skip
But
skip from posting it, and then we lose viewers and content, and they go and start watching his content. So then I have to post a video saying how to do it, so I don't lose my members. You see how that works?
correct.
So
Exactly.
it's not like I want to post these glitches. It's just that to keep my
Right.
channel going. I kind of
You have
have
no
to at this
choice.
point. That's just how,
I
I
got you.
mean, without being if I'm not in Delta Company and I'm not held to any standards, I mean,
Right. What are they
it's
going to do? Suspend you from the game for posting something on YouTube? I don't think that would
after
be
trying to
reasonable.
help them and trying to get it passed and then just getting burnt. I mean, it's like, you see my point? It's just like
I
redundant.
do. It would be silly.
So that's pretty much it I have. You have any closing
Yeah.
statements?
Well, I do just want to say, real quick, obviously, hit for Day Zero Gaming. That is the name of his channel, in case you're not aware. I do have it as a suggested channel on mine. It is just Day Space Zero Space Gaming. And yes, my gamer tag is Bateman, but my channel is Rotab Gaming. That's ROTAB as in boy, space gaming. And I mean, if you're not subscribed already and you enjoyed this video, give us a like, hit subscribe. We're going to try and do this regularly. Keep people updated on what's going on and what we know. Like I said, we know a lot of the community, so we're some of the first people to figure stuff out a lot of the times. Um,
And
so
we're
feel free to
definitely the
add.
only people wanting to sit here and make a 30-minute video sitting here talking about the game, so
Exactly.
doing something
And
right.
feel free to add us on PlayStation if you're on PlayStation.
Our
Um,
gamer tags are in the top right corner of this video.
yes, if you have any questions or you need anything, we're here. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next edition, hopefully in a week or two.
Day out.
Hey, man.